And now I will invite the representative of United Board, Dr. Angela Wai Ching Wong, the Vice President for Programs, to give the closing remarks for this webinar. Dr. Wong, time is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pak Mambu, for opening this particular seminar for us and all the speakers, Gavin, Iwan, and Martha. I think one of the good thing about pandemic is that we can use webinars to communicate. And it actually helped us to reach farther and also far, because I feel that if we are not using this technology, we may not be attending so many wonderful lectures and sharings. Although, I mean, some of us worried about being a Zoom mice. That's a term I heard, that we have been living on the Zoom too much. But in fact, I learned so much at the same time. And even from hearing from the three of you, I learned a lot. Thank you so much. That's one thing I feel that the WPEA has really been useful, because we bring whole person education to the center of our thinking about teaching and learning. It's not that the United Board created the term. We're just using some concepts that has been developed for a long time in history, but bringing it back to the center of our attention in higher education, I think is something that is challenging, because all of you would know that the higher education environment has changed so much. I think I will talk about that we have been so much concentrated on intellectual competitiveness or competence, chasing ranks, and forget about what we are actually meant to do, teachers and researchers and people in our community among students. So I think whole person education really put us back to think very seriously about it. And the challenge also come from technology. But I think the three of you brought it so beautifully together that like Gavin, I heard you many times, well, not many times, but several times. And every time I was so impressed that you have been so skillful and tried so creative in bringing a online course together. But I heard you very strongly this time about presence, teachers' presence. It's really important, especially in this time. And you're not just talking about it, you're really put it into the design of your course. And Iwan, I think I'm very impressed. This is the first time I heard you and I met you, and I was thoroughly impressed by a scientist thinking in you, and that you emphasize on intellectual humility. It's not just for a scientist to say that. I think every one of us has to do that. But you're putting it in the context. Why we have to see the different disciplines which have so badly compartmentalized for a long time, but we have to see eye to eye with one another's discipline and learn from one another and bring the two camps, so to speak, the science and the humanities together. And that's a really a observation or insight you made out of your care for what is happening in the world. You mentioned all these problems about tribalism, racism, polarization that we all face in all of our societies. And Martha, I was really touched by your careful choice of tools. Although we all know that we do not need to depend on high technology, that's what Gavin commented also. But I think it's the process. You try to think through what will be non-threatening to the students. I think that's just a wonderful heart of a teacher. I'm also very impressed by Palmer's book about teachers teach ourselves, right? Teacher teach who they are. I think you, all three of you have demonstrated that very, very, very well, very strongly that you are teachers who care for students, who care for real learning, who care for where the students are. I mean, I heard so much that try to meet students where they are. I think that that's the kind of spirit that we would like to support, and I really congratulate all of you, and Debbie and Pap Mabu, and also the other institutions who bring this together. This is the only conclusion I can make. I'm thoroughly impressed, and I hope that the spirits will live on and will continue to spread. And United Board is very much supportive of this, and just let Hope know what you wanted to do further on this regard. Thank you again, and congratulations, Debbie.